Hi, this is Paul. I wanted to make another video about this subject. I talked about it on my other channel, and I'll link that video in the description box. On my main channel, I talked about this, my Wonder Woman 3 thoughts, because Gal Gadot, she was in promoting a Netflix show that she has, uh, Heart of Stone, I think that's the name of it. But she was promoting it, and she said that she had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and that they were going to help her develop Wonder Woman 3. And so, of course, everybody thought that, that he was doing kind of a soft reboot, excuse me, a total hard reboot. So people were, of course, caught out there, and he did, and people were noting that James Gunn did say, because I think somebody asked, James Gunn was answering questions on Twitter. I think somebody asked him, "Is Gal Gadot, did she get fired and stuff?" And he said, "No." Who said Gal Gadot's fired? He didn't say. He said, "I didn't say that." And Henry Cavill, I wanted to go a different. He's not the fit for what I want to do with Superman. So people thought, that she was right, and they are. I even thought, but then I wasn't sure about this because I was saying that because we haven't heard James. Usually, like I say, he's usually responsive on Twitter, and he didn't come right out and say, "Yes, Gal Gadot is right. We are developing Wonder Woman 3." He didn't say that. Oh, he didn't come out and say, "No, we're not doing that." He didn't come out yet. But yet, there was an article in Variety, the Just Trade magazine, where they said there's no plans to do Wonder Woman 3 and nothing but Paradise Lost. That's the thing that he announced. The prequels, it's like a prequel to the Wonder Woman, about Paradise Island, called Paradise Lost. So now it looks like, and people are saying, well, maybe James Gunn. I know Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trailer. She thinks that he actually put it out through Variety or leaked the story to them to put it out to basically say that there isn't going to be no Wonder Woman 3. And like I said, that's why I said if you watch that video that I did when I talked about my thoughts about it, I thought maybe if they were going to do that, they could do it like an Elseworld story. But people, but get Grace Randall, she thinks that's going to be too confusing to people if you keep her. And so I thought unless James Gunn comes out and says that Gal Gadot is going to be one, we're going to develop a Wonder Woman 3, which I don't think they are. I really don't think they are. I think, like I said, we're getting a new Superman, a new Batman, and I also think we're getting a new Wonder Woman. I don't know if it's going to be at the end of Paradise Lost that will maybe they'll introduce Wonder Woman there, or Wonder Woman's coming, because I think he also made a comment that, because I think somebody asked, will it be a couple of years? Will we see Wonder Woman? And I think he said no. So I think either in part 2 of chapter 1 that there's going to be probably a solo Wonder Woman movie, I think, or maybe they'll introduce her at the end of Paradise Lost, that TV show that's going to come on about the Amazons and stuff. So maybe at the end of that series, you'll have maybe her being born Diana, or created, how they created her, her origin is different in the comics, but maybe that'll happen. But like I said, not that because I don't know, something about that. Every time that music plays and then you see her showing up, it gives me the like the chills. But I think you definitely need a new Trinity, since you got rid of Superman and Batman, the old actors left. Well, Henry Cavill, because he didn't want to. He said he didn't fit. He needed a younger Superman, and then Ben Affleck, I think, didn't want to stick around anyway. I think Ben Affleck was done anyway, so he wasn't going to stick around anyway. And I think you do have to have a totally new Trinity if you want to have a totally new universe. So I definitely think there'll be a new Wonder Woman. That's why I thought if they were going to do a Wonder Woman, if they did promise that would probably be an Elseworld story. It would have to be. It wouldn't be part of this new DC Studios. But now, from what the people are saying, they're not, and I don't know if the studio leaked that or if, because it seems like James Gunn was pretty transparent with that. But maybe he not be so active on, especially being the head of creative on the new DC Studios. Don't be so vocal on Twitter. People like, kind of, because it's like a double-edged sword. Because people like that you're open about it and you're revealing things or confirming things on Twitter. But then at the same time, if things don't go your way, like this situation, then people will hold your foot to the fire and say, "Listen, you promised her," and it makes her look, it makes Gail Gadot look bad, look like maybe she's lying, or maybe she isn't lying because maybe you did promise her that, or maybe So then the story from Variety comes saying that there is no plans for of Wonder Woman 3. The only Wonder Woman thing related is going to be Paradise Lost, so that kind of puts Gal Gadot in an awkward situation. So hopefully, I'm hoping, like I said, I don't think they are going to do a Wonder Woman 3. Like I said, I said that in my other video. I don't think they were. If they do, that would be an Elseworld story, but I don't think they are. Now that I think about it, I don't think they are doing a Wonder Woman 3. Unless James, and I would hope that James Gunn will come out and just say, listen, no offense to Gal Gadot, but we did have a meeting with her, and we didn't promise her a Wonder Woman 3, but we did promise that we would work with her in the future if she wanted to, down the line, we could put her maybe in the new Wonder Woman movie. Maybe she could be a Polynta or maybe even one of the Amazons, but we're not moving forward with Wonder Woman 3. We're going to have our own we're going to cast a new Wonder Woman, which, again, I think that's what he's, and that's why people think he should have did just a hard reboot and just reboot everybody and get rid of even the Peacemaker people and the Mallow. Although, like I said, you got Viola Davis. I don't think that's, you get an Academy Award-winning actress. It kind of makes no sense to get rid of her. but like a lot of people said, if you're going to do a reboot, you got to get rid of everybody, okay, and just start fresh. And that would be good. I'm not like the opinion of Grace Randall because she said, yeah, get rid of everybody and then take a break. No, you don't have to take a break. But in a way, you are taking a break because Superman Legacy is not coming out to 2025. I think Creature Commandos may come out in 2024. I'm not sure about that, but you are taking a break in a way because the Aquaman movie is coming out, I think, at the end of this year. But and the more and more it looks about Aquaman and the reboots, shoots, and all that other stuff, and I think actually the movie and with all this kind of bad stuff we're hearing about it, I think they definitely. I would say they should put it on Max, but I don't think so. I think with director James Wan, he wants his movie to debut in theaters. Okay, he doesn't. I don't think he would like it, and he probably have it written in his contract too that my movies get released to the theater. So that's why I don't think Aquaman 3 is going to get Aquaman 2. Excuse me, it's going to get released in on Max. I think it's going to theaters even if it doesn't do that well. It's going to the theater because James Wan, he's a director with some clout and stuff. So you're not putting his movie on Max, okay, unless you pay him. But no, his movie I think is going to go on. It's going to debut in the theater, okay, and that should be the last official DCEU movie, okay. But anyway, let me know what you think about this whole Wonder Woman 3 thing. Again, like I said, I wouldn't mind it, and I wouldn't be confused. But I know I could see people's point about them being confused if you kept Gal Gadot around. But like I said, if it was an Elseworld story where it's like a one-shot thing, and then she tips her hat and goes off, I wouldn't mind that. But now more and more that, especially that Variety article came out saying that they're not developing Wonder Woman 3. I think that's the truth. And then there will be a new Wonder Woman. I think that's the real truth. And I do feel bad for Gal Gadot because I think she was great in the role and stuff. And I know Wonder Woman 2 wasn't that well received and stuff, but I love her portrayal of Wonder Woman and stuff. So I wish her well in future endeavors, as they say in wrestling. But it is what it is. But I think there is never going to be no Wonder Woman 3. Okay, elsewhere or otherwise. Okay, so and we'll get a new Wonder Woman, I think, in Chapter 1. Probably in Part 2 of Chapter 1, we'll get a Wonder Woman movie. Anyway, let me know what you think of this whole Wonder Woman situation. Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also have a link to my main channel, Trey Passer, as well. Also have a link down below to my Patreon. Okay, and my Patreon's only $5 a month. I have tons of content on there. Marvel shows, DC shows, Star Wars shows, The Boys Season 3, movies. Follow the link down below to check it out. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Paul saying so long and take care.